popping off like the myriad of fireworks set off in the narrow back alleys for the Lunar New Year. It's DIA, or Dudes in Asia. What up, peoples? As always, this is David Hayter.
And this is David Wynn, aka Noogie316, says I just whipped your ass.
It's Tuesday, February 4th. 2019 is well underway, and we're looking forward to another month of putting together great episodes for you.
Yeah, looking forward to that as well. Anyways, Gung Hei Fat Choi, Jump Mung Nam Moi. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. Well, by the time this is released, it'll be Lunar New Year. So, damn, what I was going to say. Hopefully everyone's having a good time to celebrate.
Right on, man. So, yeah, nigga, right now you're out in Kinta, right? You're live and on location?
I am in location in Kinta, that's right.
Right on, man.
Celebrating the holidays.
Yeah, you guys might hear some background noise on this one, you know? But it'll be all good, man. Get the actual feel, you know? That way we're immersing our audience in the local flavors.
Yeah, so you might hear some scooters. I mean, this is not direct on the street, but you can still hear some background noise, but it's all good.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, yeah, you're out over there for the New Year. What else is going on, man? Anything new?
Lately, no, not much. As I told you guys last week, I had fired my nanny, so I've been like the primary caretaker of Grace lately, so I've been working mostly remote. And then because of that, I haven't exactly been working out. And then this holiday season as well. So yeah, ever since I came to Kinta on Friday, I've been just assisting the in-laws, preparing all the food, cleaning out the house, things like that. So I just kind of been just busy. Not exactly productive, but just busy. You know how it is.
Yeah, so, man, I hear you, dude. Just taking care of daily business. But, you know, sometimes in the holidays, man, that's just how it goes, you know?
Yep. What about you, bro?
You know, I'm doing all right. I think I'm catching like a little cold or something, though, man. We'll see how it goes. If I get
I can hear it a little bit.
Yeah, if it's the flu, I can take like a couple days off of work, so that'd be cool. Nah, but yeah, man, I still stick with my training and whatnot. Lost like another kilogram. Haha. No,
T25, right?
Yep, T25.
Okay, nice.
And my bootleg modifications, because if I do jumping jacks in my house, I will just piss people off. No, but it works out pretty good for me, man. But, you know, it's like the more weight you have to lose, the easier it comes off, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was funny, though, because then, like, I also went to Osaka this weekend, you know? Like, I just smashed out after work on Friday. And so I weighed myself. It was like Friday night, like before like we even ate dinner or anything really, you know? And so like I'm sure like I probably put all that back on, possibly more, like over the next like 36 hours, you know? Yeah. But actually, yeah, that's going to be part of the topic tonight. It's talking about Osaka, so I don't want to get too much into that right now. But,
yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a good time. Other than that, just back to work, you know. This part of the semester in school is like a little crazy because, you know, like in Japan, the school year ends in March. And then it's...
Oh, really? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, the school year ends in March, like towards the last like week, or maybe like the third week of March, you know? And then it starts up again, like, I don't know, I want to say like around the 7th or like the 8th of April, you know, right in time for my birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like we're kind of getting towards the end of the year. It's like a big transition time. And then also like, you know, where I work out here with all the other ALTs and, you know, English teachers, like all the staff rotates in April. Yeah, and so everybody's like, hey, I wonder if I'm going to get shipped out like this April. I wonder if I'm going to stay here, you know what I mean? And then the teacher's like, well, David, are you going to be here in April? I'm like, I hope so. I'm like, this is the closest school. I don't want to go nowhere else. Like, oh, we want you to stay. I'm just like, do what you can for me, you know?
When do you find out where's your new location?
Shit, man, we find out
like the week before.
probably like a week before we leave, yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of nuts, man.
Nice.
But, yeah, man. Either way, dude, have a good time.
Nice. Well, tell us about this Osaka trip of yours, hombre.
Yeah, man. Super good times in Osaka, dude. Like, you know, people always ask me, like, what's my favorite place in Japan? And I usually say Osaka, man. It's definitely, like, I don't know, unique compared to other cities. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, it's more kicked back. Like, the people are, like, more direct, you know what I mean? But they're also, like, more friendly at times, too, you know, or just more outgoing. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe they just seem kind of more, like, I guess I want to say, like, Western than, like, your, you know, other places in Japan, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but, yeah, it was a good time, man. I can't remember how many times I've been. Maybe this is, like, my 4th or 5th time going, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it was definitely cool, man. I'll definitely be back again, too.
So there's really something different about this place, right? Compared to most of the Japanese cities?
I think so.
Just like the vibe, right? The vibe about it.
Yeah. But then, you know, like with each city, it depends on where you go.
Yeah.
And so usually I kick it around Dotonbori, you know, like that area. And that's kind of like the main downtown area, but that's like the party area, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure like once you get out to the suburbs, like it's still a little different, but not as different.
Yeah.
But to me, like comparing like Dotonbori to say like a Shibuya or like a Shinjuku, like Dotonbori, I don't know, man, it just seems more kicked back to me. Yeah, but you know, like it's also pretty easy to get to, like depending on where you're coming from. Like I know they have direct flights, I think, from like San Francisco to Osaka, you know. So
how far is Osaka from Tokyo?
If you take the bullet train, I think it's like 2.5 hours or so. I don't know exactly how long it takes, but I know like from from Nagoya to Tokyo, that takes about 2 hours.
Okay.
And then like when you take the bullet train from Tokyo, like it goes from Tokyo, like the next big city is like Nagoya, and then it goes Kyoto, and then it goes Osaka, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's on that same line. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
So Osaka's closer to you than Tokyo, right?
It is, yeah. Like when I take a train from where I live in Yokkaichi, like it takes about like 2 hours, like a little less than 2 hours, you know, to get there. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like a normal train, you know, it's not like a bullet train or nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely chill. Another way I can go too is they have a bus, but I think the bus takes like 2.5 hours or so, like 3 hours. I don't remember. But like, I don't know, the train's just more chill, dude. Like the bus, like there can be traffic, you know what I mean? And
stop and go, right? So that's another pain in the ass.
Yeah. Like the trains are more chill, like it's smoother. You can like get up and walk around, you know what I mean? Like they have like more bathrooms and stuff. You know, if you can't, oh dude, what's crazy too on some of the trains, and you have to be careful about this if you're a tourist, like sometimes they have the smoking cars, you know?
Oh.
And as someone who enjoys tobacco related products from time to time, you know, like you'd be like, oh, that's not too bad. Like I can sit on there and like, you know, smoke my cigar or like smoke a cigarette if I feel like it.
Yeah.
But then like, I don't know, man, that's like a 2-hour ride, man. And it's just like a hot box and not like the good kind of hot box either, you know?
Yeah.
So like after.
Yeah, that's a bit, to sit inhale like secondhand smoke for 2 hours, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, after 2 hours, just kind of like, man, let me out this bitch. Like, you know?
Is it like, you can't like move from like, from cart to cart, right?
You know, they have assigned seating. You know?
Oh,
and
okay.
You know, sometimes in the busy travel seasons, like those trains might get sold out, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I remember my friend Nathan, man, he told me a story about when he first had come to Japan, like on a trip, and like they bought a ticket and like they didn't really know what they were doing. It was like him and his mom. And then they got posted in one of those smoking cars. And they're just like, fuck me, get me out of here, you know?
Yeah.
And then the guy who, like, you know, they have like staff that go up and down the aisles, you know, like people that work on the train. And he was like, I understand, I'll get you to another place, you know, and then got them a new seat.
Yeah.
So like if you end up in the smoking car, you can holler at somebody like, can you help me out? And like they can try to accommodate you, you know?
Yeah, if possible, pretty much, right?
Yeah, but there's like one time me and my girl were trying to go to Osaka, and it was like after work, and we didn't reserve our tickets ahead of time. Like, you can just show up at the station and try to get on. And so we're doing that, and they're like, "Oh, this train's sold out." We're like, "What?" And it's like, "No tickets, no tickets." And it's like, "You can sit in the smoking section." We're just like, "Fuck it, get me on there." But like, that day it wasn't too bad, man. It depends on who's in the car and how much, like, how bad at chain smokers they are, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Because some people just like, fuck this, I was gonna just light the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you know, like, I don't know, man. You know when you spot a chain smoker when they don't use a lighter for their next cigarette, they like take that cigarette and light it off the one that's already lit and then just keep going, you know?
Yeah, that's bad news bears, dude.
Yeah, that's when you know you're in it to win it, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever hit that level with cigarettes, then.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
maybe,
man.
I mean, like, maybe if I was like really, really drunk, even then, I don't know if I could really do that.
Yeah, man, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
But
anyways, yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, man, you know, and I was going to say, whenever you're traveling, you know, at first you always try to get your transportation, and then next, you know, you kind of look for places to stay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always like in Japan, dude, it's pretty much the same wherever you go. If you stay in like a nice hotel, that's going to cost the most, you know? It's like thinking like your Hilton, like your Hyatt, all that kind of stuff. Like the next option that's also not too bad is like a business hotel. You know, that'll be pretty cheap, but it's pretty much just like a bed and a TV, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like very bare bones. If you're in the smaller cities, they'll be bigger, but probably a place like Osaka, like Tokyo, it'll be pretty tiny.
Yeah.
Something else that's good is like Airbnb. And like, you know, they cut back on a lot of those, but there's still some available. And then, especially if you have like a big group, you know, if you have a big group and y'all want to stay in the same place, like that's very chill.
Yeah. But Airbnb doesn't make the most sense. You have like a big group, someone run out a house or something.
Yeah, and then especially too, because you can all be like in the same room, and like, you know, before you go to sleep at night, you can kind of kick it, watch TV or something. You know, you have like a kitchen, you know, like you can cook something or just have snacks around, help save some money.
Mm-hmm.
And then something else they have too are like the hostels and like guest houses. I never stayed in one myself, but I've heard some stories, man. So it really just depends on who else is around there with you, you know, like how good a time you're going to have. Yeah, and then another option, something I did this time, was staying in a Capsule hotel. And like, that one is pretty cool. Like I said, it was my first time. It's something I've been wanting to try for a long time. So I just went ahead and went for it. But I think like, yeah, most capsules are pretty cheap. Like it's about like 3,000 yen a night. It's like a little less than like $30.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, the one I went to, the facilities themselves are like quite nice. But it's kind of interesting. Like you get there and you come in and like the first thing you have to do is like take your shoes off and throw them in a locker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go up to the front desk and you're like, "Hey, I'm here to check in." You know, this time I actually saved like quite a bit of cash, dude, using like all this stuff from booking.com. I'll probably write like a blog post about that later, letting you know how you can get some money. But like all in all, for 2 nights, I ended up paying about like $5.
That's a deal.
Yeah, you know, so I can't complain too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
not too much,
just
but
a little bit. I'll still bitch about it, man. You know, that's why I have a podcast, man, so I can have a nice audience to listen to my problems. No. But yeah, man, it was a good time. You know, it was a good cultural experience. But I think, yeah, like the thing like that would make you want to stay in a capsule hotel is either like you're traveling solo and you don't really want to go the hostel route, you know, but you still want to stay in a place that's pretty cheap.
Yep.
Or like if you're really into like onsen and like public baths, because when you stay there, you get to use it for free.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like my homeboy Chris, like he loves that shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny for me too, because you know I have tattoos, I usually can't go, but then this place was cool. You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Hey, you got tattoos, you can go, no sweat." Or like they didn't say you couldn't, and I didn't ask, and so I just went. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty funny though, man, because I think I told you about that in Japan, right? Like they're like, oh, once you've been to onsen, now you're brothers. You know what I mean? Now you're family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So that was part of our big plan. We're like, all right, man, we're gonna go to Osaka. We're gonna check in this hotel, and then let's go hang dong, man. Let's go become onsen brothers, man. We're gonna hang this dong like nobody's business. so yeah, man. That went down.
Nice.
Yeah. But like I said, man, like you get there, take off the shoes, check in, and then once you check in, they give you like a key to a locker. And then you go around the corner, and that's where like you throw all your stuff, you know. So like you put your backpack, and then in the locker they have some towels and like some pajamas, you know, like some stuff to sleep in. Because like, I don't know, I think I might have told you this before, you probably already knew, but like these places are kind of like designed for people that like miss their train home and they just need a spot to crash until the morning, you know, like 5 or 6 hours, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the thing is too though, is like before you go up to your capsule, like the capsules were upstairs on the second floor. It's like you got to remember to take all the shit that you need with you. You know what I mean? And
you put that shit like in a locker, right?
Yeah, and so it's kind of different, you know, like a different mentality from like a normal hotel. Because normal hotel, you just put your shit down, and then if you need something, you just go to your bag and grab it. But it's like I got all the way up there, I was like, oh crap, forgot my headphones. You know, you got to go back downstairs, open your locker, like dig through your bag and shit, and get your headphones. You know. Yeah. But it's definitely chill, man, and they have like vending machines, you know, like you can buy like beer inside over there and like tons of drinks. They have some snacks and whatnot. They had like 2 options. This one too, you can get a capsule hotel like with a TV or without a TV. And if you get it with the TV, there's like 2 channels of the adult variety.
So I figured.
Yeah, but then like I've heard bad stories of that too. Where they're just like, yeah, man, there's like noisy bastards in the capsule last night just playing their porno super loud. You know, so there's that possibility as well. When I was there, though, I don't know where these guys are from. Like, I think they're some type of European. Like, maybe I just didn't hear the language good enough. Like, it wasn't French, wasn't Spanish, wasn't Italian, wasn't Russian.
Portuguese?
Wasn't Portuguese. I know Portuguese when I hear it.
Yeah, that's right.
Some type of European, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like funny, man. It was like a family, so they had like their kid, and there's like 2 older guys. And that's the thing too, is the capsules are separated by gender, you know.
Oh, okay.
So there's like the guys' capsules and the girls' capsules, you know. And like, I don't know, it was just like late at night, and like they just got there and they're just like talking to each other like normal volume and just like, shut up. You know, because the only thing that separates you from the rest of everybody else is just like a bamboo like curtain, you know, like it does nothing for noise.
Oh, what? Okay. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So all that noise is going to fly out. So they're going to watch porn to the max. It's just going to just echo everywhere.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Yeah, like the halls are like designed to amplify the sound just to make sure you don't have a good night's sleep. Yeah. But then, like, that was part of the thing too, man. If I were to do it over again, I would have brought like some earplugs or something, man, because I felt like that whole weekend I didn't sleep more than like half an hour, 45 minutes at a time, you know. Yeah, man. But it was a good time, dude. Other than the capsule, went and like ate a lot of places. Like we went to Nara the next day. Like Nara's a good day trip from Osaka. It takes like about an hour to get to. You can see the deer and like the big Buddha. Yeah, and then we also went to eat at that one place, the Lowry's Prime Rib. Like I think there's only 3 of those in Japan. Like one's in Osaka and 2 are in Tokyo. Nice. Yeah. And like it's a little pricey, but to me it's worth it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I think I spent
how big was that prime rib you got?
I got the smallest one. And even that is pretty good, you know. But then when you go there, you can order like the type of prime rib that you want, and then you can add on like sides or like get a course, you know. And so I went with the course. And like, you know, I took pictures and stuff, man. I'll put that up on the blog sometime.
Nice.
But yeah, it's quite good. They also had this one martini, dude. It was called like I think like meat eater martini or something like that. It was like a gin martini, not gin, it was vodka martini. And they had olives. But in the olives are like pieces of like beef and like horseradish. So
in like, the drink?
Like in the olives that go in the drink.
So, but yeah. So in the olives in the drink has beef and interesting.
Yeah, man. So it's like a prime rib, like martini almost. I was like, damn, that's good.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, like we did all this on Saturday, dude. That was like the day after we hang dong and got pretty shit faced, you know. In that order. Yeah. Then after that, we went to check out this comedy club. And like that was pretty cool, man. Like it was supposed to be like open mic like the first Saturday of every month, and I was hoping they're gonna do that again, but I guess not this time, you know what I mean? Because if it was the open mic, dude, I wouldn't have went up there and talk some shit, man. I would have made them look bad, you know?
But it's still stand-up comedy though, right?
Yeah, stand-up comedy, like done by local comics, but what I was surprised about, is that it's very diverse, you know? So like
it's all in Japanese?
No, all in English, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the crowd is like, you know, people who live there, also like people on vacation.
Yeah.
So, you know, we were like the token Americans, me and my homies. Like there's like a few Japanese people. There's like people from Australia, like England, Romania. I think that about covers it. But yeah, like one of the comics was from New Zealand, like another guy from England, another dude from America, and then another guy was from Brazil, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Like, you know, some comics were better than others. And like some of the jokes like a little dark. I was just like, damn. The crowd's just like, fuck, bro. That's kind of serious. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, this is just my critique, you know, and maybe it's just my style. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of like the comedy where they look around at the crowd and they like talk to people and make some jokes off the people in the crowd, you know?
Oh, those type of guys.
Yeah, but to me, it's just like, I mean, I guess it's like a skill in itself and it makes it a little more interactive. Yeah. But it's like, to me, that's like somebody who doesn't have anything interesting to say, you know?
I completely agree with that. Yeah.
It's like my own act isn't that funny, so I'm going to just talk shit about you to get some cheap laughs.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. It's like, yeah, you don't got no material. You're just going to sit there just shit on the crowd. Like, come on.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of that, but nothing too extreme. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But still, you know, it's like, to me, it's like you didn't have any good shit lined up, or you're just like vomit or something, you know?
Yeah. Well,
to me, that's like that's your last option.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up, like if I were to do the act out there, I was gonna talk about leaving Japan and be like, oh yeah, man, this is my last year in Japan, man. I am leaving Japan. That's why people say leaving Japan. It's like leaving a girlfriend or something, right? And you can imagine how that conversation would go. It's like, you know what, baby, we've been going out for 4.5 years while I'm moving on. 5 years is going to do it for me. Like, what, 5 years? That's all you're going to give me? It's like, yep. I'm like, I go out here, I got tattoos, you won't let me go in the bath. I'm like, everywhere you want to go costs too much. You take all my money and shit. I mean, you help me pay for my health care, but damn it, I want some freedom. It's like, well, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? It's like, well, since all you'll let me do is teach English, I'm going back to America. I'm like, what? You're going back to that fat hoe? No. That's a sample of the stand-up comedy there, you know?
Nice.
But yeah, man, that was a good time. Yeah, the next day, too, we're just kind of kicking it. You know, I was thinking about some of my favorite places to go in Osaka. Like, one of them is called El Pancho. Mm-hmm. It's like a Mexican restaurant. And I'm pretty sure the cooks are from Mexico.
Nice.
Yeah, so that place is legit. Yeah, it's quite good, man. And then, like, if you go around lunchtime, they have, like, a happy hour. You get some cheaper prices.
Nice.
Yeah, another spot I go to is this bar. It's called, like, San Daime Torimero. And it means, like, the third generation of, like, chicken something. Yeah, but anyway, man, like that spot is like right next to a popular spot. Like, have you heard of like the Glico, man?
No.
Yeah, so
maybe.
Yeah, there's like a company that makes snacks. It's called like Glico, but it's spelled like Glico. And there's
they make snacks, you say?
Yeah. So maybe you've seen that around, you know.
Yeah.
But
they're not the ones that make Pocky sticks, are they?
It might be. I'm bad with my brands, dude. I should look that up. Let's see who makes Pocky. Bam. Let's see how long this takes. That is the one, Glico.
Nice. That's my fat ass at work right there, dude.
There you go, man. You get 100 points for guessing that shit. But yeah, like it's right next to like this popular bridge that people like to hang out on and take pictures, you know. But if you go there, man, like their beers are like 200 yen, and the food is all pretty cheap. And like that place is like a little ghetto, you know, so that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like another place that we checked out was a pinball arcade, man. And like it goes way back, dude. Like if you were born like in the 70s, like in the 80s, and like you played pinball as a kid, like chances are they have some machines that you used to play, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they even have new machines too, man. So like I think I played like a
pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, I think they're all from America though, man. But yeah, like I played a old school Mario Brothers one from like 1992, and it took all my money like immediately. Like, I don't know how I survived that shit when I was a kid. And then they also had a new Deadpool one, and that was like pretty hilarious. Yeah, I was like fighting Juggernaut. I almost beat him, and then I ran out of money, and I was like, I don't want to put any more coins in this machine. Yeah, and then also went with my friend. They call it Den Town, and so that's like where all the geeks and the nerds go, you know. But it's basically like the anime central, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you're like super into anime, you want to get some shit, or like just electronics and whatnot, it's like a good place to check out. But yeah, man, that was about it. All in all, had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. You got any other questions or anything about Osaka, dude?
Was Osaka the city about you said had like jazz clubs and stuff that you liked, right?
Oh, the jazz clubs. I heard like Kobe is famous for jazz.
Kobe, okay.
Yeah,
was Osaka one of the spots that you talked about though, or no?
I don't know, man. I've never been to a jazz club in Osaka. I'm sure they have them. The one place that I go to is like in Nagoya. Yeah. But then like Kobe isn't far from Osaka, you know?
Okay.
Like you can easily take a train there, like I forget how long it is, man, like half hour, like maybe even less. But
nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good time, dude.
No other. Does Osaka have their own ramen? I think they do, right?
Ooh, yeah, ramen's pretty famous out there. Like, it doesn't come to my mind, like, what is the Osaka ramen? But, like, their famous food is, like, takoyaki and, like, okonomiyaki.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to Osaka, you definitely got to try some of that. Yep.
Yeah, that really, no more too much questions about Osaka, man.
Right on, man, right on. But yeah, man, if you come out, dude, it'll definitely show you a good time out there.
Indeed.
For sure, man. Well, that'll do it for another fresh episode of Dudes in Asia. Osaka is definitely one of my favorite cities in Japan. If you head out there, be sure to eat a lot of grub, kick with the locals, do it big. It's a hella good time.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your trip about Osaka, Hayter. Anyways, this is Noogie316 signing out. Be sure to check out our blog at dudesinasia.blogspot.com or hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/dudesinasia.
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, search for @DavidHayter. That's @DAVIDH8R. Be sure to be on the lookout for some of those blogs with food pictures and how to save some money. So, see y'all later, man. Peace out.
Peace out, everyone.